We're doing graffiti letters again. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to write your name, as many letters as possible. You're going to choose a graffiti font. You're going to show an awareness of light. This time I'm going to teach you an effect called tall buildings. Let me show you my computer. Okay, this is the font I'm using. So you can choose your own. But the last font I used was very pointy and angular, so this time I'm deliberately choosing a boxy one, and the reason is I need a lot of fat, wide letters for the tall building effect. What you find is if your letters get smaller and smaller as you start running out of room, it means you haven't planned it too well. That's okay, happens to everyone. I bet you, if I was to turn my paper over, you'd see that I'm guilty of it too. Yeah, I only just made it with that eye. And sure enough, yep, that's my second attempt. So don't feel bad. Okay, first thing, where is the light coming from? So let's keep it nice and consistent. Light is coming from the top right hand corner. The first thing you put in is some reflections. The second thing you're going to put in is shadows. So make up where you want your reflections to be, and then start putting in your shadows. So the opposite direction to where the light is fitting, there will be a deep shadow. Artists who use this effect, so what happens is your eye is drawn to the area of greatest contrast between light and dark, and using that effect, the artist's word for it is chiaroscuro. We've known about it for a very long time. Since the Italian Renaissance, they started to use it a lot, which is why the word is Italian. Chiaroscuro means light dark. So remember we spoke about letters with holes in them. Where's the light coming? So it's hitting this side, but there's a shadow on this side. There we go, that's looking good. The reason our eyes are drawn to the area of greatest contrast between light and dark is because humans are born to wander around on planes looking for anything on the horizon line that stands out. We have forward facing eyes and our instinct is to chase it. Here's another one with a hole. So light's coming from here, hitting that side, but again the shadow reappears on the other side. We had a cosmic event not long ago that had exactly this same thing to think about. So what happened was the shadow of the Earth got between the sun and the moon, and you couldn't see the moon because the shadow of the Earth was on top of it. So, working it out, just put all the shadows in. That's looking pretty cool. 3D poppy. Okay, so this is the effect tall buildings. So what I'm going to do is start drawing boxy shapes. You can mix it up, more or less. Just keep those boxes going. So what we're trying to do is the shape of the city skyline. Let's have a nice tall one here. Okay, next thing we're going to do, there's a few little boxes. These are going to be the lit windows. So these boxes are going to be yellow. Just going to pause my video and draw a few more in so you're not watching me draw boxes. Okay, that's probably enough windows. Okay, so what I'm going to do is all these little boxes, they're the lit windows of your city skyline, so they're going to be yellow. So I think you can do purple and blue. It doesn't really matter which one you do for the buildings and which one you do for the sky. I think I'm going to do purple for my buildings, blue for my sky. Alright, I think I'm going to pause so you're not watching me colour. Alright, look at that. Through the magic of video, colouring in is progressing super fast. Okay, here we go. I have almost finished the purple section, and so what's being suggested to the viewer is that they're looking at a city skyline. There's lights in a few of the apartments, I guess you'd call them, and not all of them. And now I'm going to do a blue sky behind it. This time I'm going to keep my strokes all in the opposite direction. So where I was going vertical before, this time I'm going to go horizontal. Alright, looks like I'm almost finished. So I'm making use of directional lines to suggest a plane. So a flat plane that's wide, the sky, You can concentrate your lines on the horizon, fade them out as they rise up. It's a pretty cool effect. So, here we go. So I've done my graffiti letters. I have used blocky letters. I've written my own name. I've shown an awareness of light, reflections and shadows. And we have learned how to do the tall building effect.